for Monday, May 4th to order. And it's kind of different because we have to remember we have people that are online calling. So if you want to say something, you just need to speak up, okay?
Should we just do a verbal roll call just to make sure?
Yes.
Because Gary, you're on the line, right?
Your microphone is pointed at you.
Or-
Gary's online? Is Gary online?
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Okay.
All right. You want to
So
go?
just Jan and Gary. Jan and Gary is the only one missing then, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
What, Brian, are you taking minutes?
Yeah?
Okay.
Oh, okay, then I won't. Okay, fine.
All right. So roll call. We need the approval of the minutes from, and it goes way back to March 2nd. Has everybody read them and reviewed them? Are there any
Yes.
additions or corrections or amendments? Excuse me.
I move that we approve the minutes as printed.
I will second that.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm going to be a pain here.
Yeah.
Gotta say your names because
Yeah.
I don't know.
Brian's John, I think, made the
Okay.
motion, and Brian
John Combs.
Pilsen seconded.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
thank
why don't we going forward? If you're going to make the motion, say your first name, and if you're going to second it, say your name, so that Brian knows how to keep it track on the minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds great. Thanks.
All right. And then
Let's jazz it up.
yeah.
Let's use nicknames. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Okay,
Brian. No.
All right. Then we have the financial report, and there has been no changes. The payments were to the Chamber Commission for 50, printwork graphics for shirts, or the recognition plaque, the 2020 membership for 440, and the recognition award recipients reception was for Concordia Lanes for 149.47. So can we have a motion?
Okay. Vicky Roloff, I'll make a motion to approve the financial report.
Brian Pilsen, I will second that.
Okay. All right. Then we got that done. And then we have our, we also have, that was for the 31st, 3/31/20. We also have to have it for 4/30/20, the end of April. So there was two different ones set out this time. So that was the one for March. And the one for April then remains consistent because there were no changes or additions for April. So we'll need a motion on that one as well.
Dana O'Brien, I'll make a motion to accept the financial for April.
John, I'll
Brian
second
Pilsen, I
that.
will second that.
Okay. All right.
We got two over there.
So our next topic of discussion is the cultural exchange program. And we've had correspondence back both ways with Dorothea and myself and several other people. And the last message I got from Dorothea was on May 1st. And she said that she was home today. I just want to tell you quickly that Ulm would like to postpone the interns for 2020 until 2021. We're very sorry to cancel the journey of the delegations in September as well. So they were going to come here in September, and they've canceled that as well. And they'll forward that information. Part of it is they can't fly out, and we could not get them in because of the visas and stuff like that. And then vice versa, getting ours out and getting them into Germany just isn't going to work this year.
I think we should just postpone it
So if
till
we're,
next year.
if we're going to do that, we need a motion on the floor for that, and then a
Motion
second.
that we postpone it till next year, just cancel it for this year.
Dick Sebo
Both
seconds.
directions.
And then Dick second that, if you've got it, Brian.
Okay.
And then I was going to call this afternoon as well and check on the brat stands for this summer.
Oh.
But I've heard that they will no longer be available this summer either. So there won't be any brat stands unless something changes drastically. Because I know other committees have talked about theirs are canceled, unfortunately. And
This
then,
is Steve Balza.
yes,
Can I ask a question on the cancellation? Is it a cancellation or a postponement? Are we intending to use the same candidates, or are we going to reopen that for 2021?
we will have to reach out to the candidates that we had for going over and see what their availability is for next year. I would think that if they're available, we should give them the opportunity to participate next year.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
if it doesn't work for them, then we're going to have to open it up again to see it, new candidates and move forward that way.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but it's out of our hands and we really don't have any control over it.
Jane, are you thinking that we would open it up also to Martha then? Or just to
Yes.
Noah?
Open it up to who?
To Martha Bulgy, she was one of the other
Yeah,
applicants.
yeah.
Okay.
We'll open it up to the same candidates and if, ask them ahead of time what their schedules look like. And if they're gonna be available, if they're not, then we're gonna have to proceed with the whole process starting over again and moving forward. And they're doing the same thing at Ulm with their candidates. They're checking to see on what their availability will be, going forward for the next year. And then, the same thing Dorothea said. So we had not contacted any host families
Right.
to my knowledge. So that's one thing that, we'll just table it until next year. And then we will look at seeing who's coming. And we have 2 coming or 1 coming. And then we'll work on the host families at that time. Okay. Is there any other old business that anyone needs to bring forward? If not, new business, they want to do a Sister Cities brochure with the history and background of the exchange program. What are your thoughts on that?
Don't we have one already?
Does it need to be updated? I'm not sure why she's got that on the agenda.
It's possible for the new people to have that because, rarely people see that. So I'm assuming that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have,
This is Steve.
Yes.
This is Steve. Just a question. Would it be wise to consider a web page or Facebook page in lieu of a brochure if our candidates that are interested in the program are primarily in the younger generation? I think they may be much more likely to reference it via Google or a website or a Facebook page as opposed to a print brochure.
That's not a bad idea.
Well, hopefully we could get that done through the city's website to minimize our expenses.
Yes. I'll reach out to Lisa and follow up with that and then get back to the commission on it.
I think that was an excellent idea, Steve. This is John. We could have both. We could have the website and the printed one also.
Yeah, we could.
And Jane, I'm happy to help assist with that as needed. Another idea I thought in conjunction with that is the page perhaps could have pictures and emails for those of us on the commission, and so the community too would know who serves on the commission and what are objectives and what we actually work to accomplish.
I think that's a great idea.
Yes.
Okay. Steve, I'll reach out to you after I talk with Lisa.
Very good. Thank you.
All right. So the next thing on the agenda is future meetings and how we want to handle those. Okay. If this continues, how do we want to do it? Do we want to do it via Zoom? Does everybody know what Zoom is?
I know what Zoom is. Well,
Zoom is very easy. It really is. It is. If I can teach my sisters how to do it, you can do it. I use it a lot. The other option is to stay like we're doing and do telecommunication, phone in. instead of canceling our meetings all the time. So,
So we'd have the option of physically being here
Or
and
calling.
Zoom?
and Zoom, or physically being here and calling in.
Okay.
So,
Do the camera or do the computers that you're at right now, do they have a camera?
actually,
Mm,
They're not set up for that.
they're not set up for that.
Okay.
No.
So really, Zoom wouldn't be much different than this teleconference.
No, not unless I set the meeting up and I put it on my laptop and have my laptop here. And send you all a link. So we can do the,
Brian Service. Question for Brian Service. How difficult is it to take minutes in this format? Are you okay with the way this works?
It's actually very easy because I'm typing and doing them while here, and so I'm just filling in blanks because I have a little template. So I'm done with the minutes for this year, for tonight already. So it's pretty cool.
well then,
Wow.
if everybody's comfortable.
Well, if Brian fills and does all the seconding, then I don't have to change too many things. He'll just do that.
We'll just have a.
I think we just keep it the same way.
Have a.
Good thing is next month nobody remembers who did first motions and seconds, right?
Yeah. So if everybody's comfortable with this, I think we'll just remain doing this. And technically, we only need one person here,
correct.
according to the state statute. So if you don't feel like you want to come in, you can call in, and then
Okay.
I will be here. And if Brian's comfortable doing it that way, I think I'll let Lisa know that we'll continue with this process. Her concern was, what if we're still on the social distancing next month and the month after? How do we continue to meet and have our meetings and go forward? So,
Madam Chair, I think it's important to consider what the need to meet might be.
Yeah.
If we're not going to be having a brat booth, we're not doing an exchange, we're not going to have the delegation visit in September, we may
know.
not meet at all.
yes. I
Yeah,
think,
but wasn't there something according to state statutes that we have to meet?
I don't know that is we have to meet. This one, because we canceled last month.
Yeah, I know.
And I asked about this month, and Lisa said we had to meet this month because we had to get the
Business done.
cultural exchange program
Okay.
decisions on record.
Maybe I
and make
misread it
sure-
somewhere,
Yeah,
but-
and but I will double check, okay? Because I agree with you, Dick. If we're not gonna have anything going on.
Yeah, why meet?
And the only thing we would have is if we reach out to the candidates from this year to find out if they're gonna be available for next year.
Right.
And, then even if they're not, we don't start that process till January.
Right.
December and January, looking for our new candidates. So, we have some time, So I'll talk to Lisa about it, but I agree with you, okay? So we have the broad stands for August, the 7th, 8th, and the 25th and 26th. Again, right now as it stands, none of that is going to be allowed. And so we're just going to have to play this by month to see what happens in August, okay? And hopefully, it would be nice if we could have it. But the thing is, you can't social distance in that little booth, okay? It's kind of hard. All right, so we'll leave it at that. Does anybody have, any one of the committee members have anybody or any other information that they want noted, or any new business to bring forward? If not, I have one thing. Dick, we need to get you a shirt, so I need to get your size, okay, before we leave tonight, all right? Because we've got shirts now for the commission,
Great.
yeah. And we will.
Where we're gonna wear them is beyond me.
Yeah, right now. But
Well, I wore mine just for today's meeting on
Yeah.
the phone.
I thought about it, but it was too hard to get on and off right now.
Totally forgot about it.
But yeah, we'll get you your shirt. I'll get your size before I
Sounds
leave.
great,
and then
thank
we'll
you.
get- we'll
That
get
was
that
an
for you.
unexpected
All right.
plus.
If not, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
This is John. I move that we adjourn.
This is Brian Phills, and I will second that, make sure everything is, we have the continuity, so.
They'll
I
have good
actually don't put
continuity
that in
there.
the minutes. I don't know.
Everybody stay safe, please. Okay.
You too. You all stay safe. Yes.
We'll let you
yeah.
know.
Thank you all.
Yep, we'll let you know what
All
next
right.
month holds, okay?
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Who has the brochures if we have them?